Figure we might as well start a little bit early. So I thought I'd go live for a little while today. A new study, it came up apparently about 2 weeks ago, but I thought we would talk about it, how stuff we've known for a while, it's weird to me. I find some of this very strange that things we know and have known for quite a while, we keep having studies about just to say we're right again, but the new study that came up we're going to talk about is how childhood obesity leads to lower cognitive function and brain development for children. So if your child is fat, if you are fattening your child, you are indeed making your child fat and stupid at the same time. They normally have less reasoning skills and those sorts of things. So we're going to discuss here after I say hello to everybody and talk about a few things, see how everybody's week went. I am going to try to start going live as much as humanly possible, plus make some other content, not just the normal other stuff, like not just the normal regular content. We are approaching gluttony season, and gluttony season is basically the holiday season, fall, when most people gain a decent amount of weight and never lose it, never take it off. It's gotten worse and worse and worse in the last couple of years, obviously, with the pandemic, because nothing says we're terrified about our health to the point where we're going to close ourselves in and then get fatter and less healthy. Fucking ridiculous. But I did want to point out that in the pinned comment up above that we do have our gluttony season special. It is where you can, in fact, get a discount of the 20% on our coaching. And we are very proud to have that for you guys. I mean, our coaching does help people with accountability, and I do believe that it is time that we do our very best to try to help society. Now, we have other things in the works. Obviously, No Morbidity is a massively successful product. So far, we can't keep it in stock. We've got big plans for it. We've got product 2 in the works that will help with blood sugar regulation and insulin sensitivity and sugar cravings and glycemic response and those sorts of things. Amazing. I'm probably going to start going over the ingredients of that probably this coming up week, just to tell you the truth, because I'm going to start sharing as much science as possible, but I'm also going to start sharing just my thoughts like I normally do. So there's going to be lives as many days of the week as possible, hopefully 7 days a week. But there's also going to be my normal content, but some more short, just like even shorts, like less than a minute video that you can find here, or the MFing COO on Instagram, the MFing COO on Twitter, just giving some tips, basically hydration, things like that, to talk about the science of that stuff too, because we have a world to save. I don't need to fucking, I just want to get as much out of there as possible and help as many people as possible. So again, this is our coaching special for this live and this weekend. It is 20% off our normal monthly coaching rate. And we are putting that out there to help people just get themselves ready for the holiday season. So if you are a type of person where you do good all year long, but then your habits go to shit, like the very second that holiday season hits, we can help you. You might as well get your habits squared away now. And we also teach people how to make adjustments in their life. So the idea is when you're done with our coaching, you will be able to make the transition from one phase to the next phase to the next phase and build your own healthy habits. That's what we try to teach people. We don't just try to tell people what to do. We try to finally we try to make it so people can understand what they need to do moving forward. So I'm going to say hi to some people, and then we're going to go from here. Sheeny Beanie, what's going on? Altaf Khan, I'm hoping I'm getting that right. How are you doing? Amelia, Cobra, Angel Marks, how the fuck are you? Marie, Starbound, 1332, when will the winning stop? Hopefully never. But winning is trying. Like, that's a big thing to me. Like, people lose when they don't try. In the last 2.5 years, for real, like 2.5 years ago, it was insane. Like, it would have been easy for me to just not say shit and just fucking try to stay popular. 2.5 years ago, I'll just remind everybody, my channel was getting about 10,000 new subscribers a month. I was in the algorithm. We were rocking. We were getting like 3,000 views a month. YouTube revenue was fucking crazy. YouTube revenue was a good full-time job, for real. Not to mention the coaching, everything like that. But that's not trying is making sure you do the right thing too. And I just couldn't allow myself and Crystal and I couldn't live with ourselves if we didn't speak what we knew to be the truth, because it is the truth. And almost everything I've said the entire time has become 100% true, proven by data, facts, and statistics. So the winning for right now, I don't plan on it stopping for a long time. Like, we're partnered with very fucking great people: Mike Rashid, Sean Torbati, Mark Lobliner, bringing you a hater-proof formula in no morbidity for patented ingredients at their clinically tested human doses, and the results are just valid and real. We have people losing 10-15% of their body mass in 2-3 months. People and doing this in the absence of extreme hunger. Like, these people don't even feel like they're dieting. They're just in control. They get full easier. Their stress is managed. They're sleeping better. We're trying to bring health to the people, and as long as we keep doing this and keep working, we all can win, because it's a matter of being healthy as a people together. We can't, it does no good for me to be healthy. Like, I mean, yeah, it does good for me, like, cause 9 pounds when I'm 90, that's my training philosophy, is 9 pounds when I'm 90. I'm going to get out and work out outside the day. And then Crystal and I play this game fairly often where, besides bathroom trips, we stay in physical contact the entire day. I love it. Fucking love it. Wouldn't want to be doing anything else but spending the day physically connected to my wife, but winning needs to just keep happening. Like, we need to encourage other people to win too. Lizzie, how are you doing? Ugly Jazz, Allie, how are you? Karen Nordic, what's going on? No name. No, not that season. It's gluttony season. Jessica ST, the perfect live during my workout. By the way, this is my second cup of coffee. I do have a little bit of a keto creamer in here, an MCT oil creamer in here called Fuerza from the Ambrosia Collective. I do find that, on days where I know I'm not going to eat for a while, like, I'm probably not going to eat until I have steak and potatoes tonight. Tonight is steak and potatoes. So I'm having some carbohydrates tonight. And I'm going to have a big ass portion of fucking steak tonight. So, but I'm not going to be hungry. I've already taken Nutrient Driver, which you can get Nutrient Driver. Berberine is going to be part of the formula for product 2, but I find Nutrient Driver does a great job. I take it 3 times a day versus the twice a day that it says. I take it when I wake up, midday, and then I take it in the evening. I normally take my No Morbidity in between my afternoon and evening one, and it just helps me avoid sugar cravings. And I do believe that my body enters glyconeogenesis faster with it. I do believe that my body goes quicker into fat burning than it does than it does normally. So, Lisa, how are you? President of Science, finally some real science. What's up, motherfucker? 3 weeks on No Morbidity, down 10 pounds. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Great fucking job, by the way, Kashina. Great fucking job. And I'm hoping and assuming that you are not feeling hungry. You shouldn't feel like you're on a diet. It should just be that you're just less hungry. That's the beautiful part about it. Like, diets, the reason why people gain weight back from diets is because they get hungry as fuck. I mean, that is the problem. Like, the fitness industry, when we first approached Mark about this, the whole concept was, the problem with people, like, people understand they need to lose weight, right? The denial of the fat acceptance community and body positivity and all that bullshit is because they're just sick of hearing about it, and they can't do it. They're defeated. Like, if there's a certain amount of mental defeat, and there's a certain amount of mental weakness, as we're going to talk about here, because being fat does in fact cognitively impair you. It's just reality. There's neuroinflammation. They have smaller brain matter. It's just fucking. It's science, They have smaller brains. It's meant to be mean, there's people just get hungry. So it's not a matter of the reason why diets don't work. Whenever you hear people talk about it, whenever you hear pussies talk about it, it's because they're like, we don't know how to lose weight and keep it off. The keeping it off is because you've lost weight in a state of extreme hunger. The idea is to find a way to lose weight when you're not that hungry, and then build habits around those foods, eating healthier foods that nutritionally feed your body to the point where your body doesn't need to expend as many calories as when you're super fucking fat as fuck. So when your body doesn't need to expend those calories, and you need less caloric intake, and you're in a healthier habit. and plus getting proper hydration and things like that. Like people should be, if you're fat, take in an ounce of fluid per pound of body mass before you bitch about anything. Because statistically, data-wise, you should take in at the very least a half an ounce, but if not a full ounce of fluid or more, depending on the climate you're in and your activity, per pound of body mass. Like I take in somewhere around, like I weigh probably between, I say probably because I haven't been on a scale in a long goddamn time, but I probably weigh between 180 to 190 pounds. And I take in probably 200 ounces of fluid in a day. You know, it's not, I mean, I work out outside. I'm in a warm climate. Anyway. Cobra, what's going on? Rozzy, Colin, Olson, what's going on? Heidi J Fitness, Fat Girls Fitness Quest, what's going on? Butterfly Kisses, I remember that song. Cobra, I've been at work this Saturday for 10 hours already. Just watched you speak, motivates me. I'm going to go train now. Catch you later. Out fucking standing, motherfucker. I appreciate it. Hi, really love your live videos. You really explain it so well, and people still don't care. I would love to Erti Valskit. I hope I pronounced your name right. And that's no shit. Thank you very much. I just feel bad because I know I probably just butchered your fucking name. But I went from eating 6 or more times a day to twice, maybe 3 times a day. I don't feel like I'm dieting at all. That's the fucking gold right there. That's what we were fucking hoping for. That people should not. It shouldn't feel like a diet. It shouldn't be this on and off thing. It should be like, it's the absence of hunger. Like the people's like, how do I know it's working? You'll know it's working in a couple of days when all of a sudden there's like kind of the absence of hunger, you know, like, or one of the things I notice, I still do this. I fucking still do it. Like I eat and then I'm like, oh my God, I'm way over full. Like the portion sizes that feed me now are just, while I'm on no morbidity, are just still like, what fills me up is much less than what my brain thinks I need. Like, because in my mind, I'm like, I need to eat this food so I can be full, and then I'll be satiated. And then I eat it, I'm like, whoa, I'm way the fuck over full. Like, I just feel fuller on less food. So, Miss K, how are you? I've been cooking more recently, and I feel better choices. That's outstanding. Marchiones Darby, how are you? Bethany Blankenship, I feel so bad for these kids that go through this. It must be so difficult for them to change once they reach adulthood in a way that they are set up very difficult. I agree. And let's see. Ashley Curry, no morbidity definitely kills my hunger. It's the break of the habit of it's lunchtime, I should eat. That's still been hard. It's still a work in progress, but loving not being hungry all the time. Ashley, very happy for you. Thank you very much for your words. And I wanted to tell anybody that's on no morbidity, if you do make a video showing your video testimonial showing the bottle, we would truly appreciate it. Make sure you tag me or send it to me at aroberts@everydamndayfitness.com. We'll probably send you a release if we want to use it. We'll probably send you something nice like some plant protein or something like that too. So please do, if you make it like a minute and a half video showing the bottle and what you like about it, and send it to me at aroberts@everydamndayfitness.com. Or you can just tag me at MFingCOO on Twitter and or on Instagram and send me the message or whatever. And we'll be in contact with you and probably send you some plant or protein, stuff like that too. So just came in, child abuse should be punishable by law. I agree. I fucking agree. And we're going to get to some of the data here. I just wanted to say, everybody, like, here's my viewpoints on this, right? Childhood obesity. If your child is 300 pounds, you've made some very fucking serious critical errors. Like if you have a 13-year-old and they weigh 300 pounds, you may not have meant to, but you have been abusing that child. Like how YouTube blocks all of my messages. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So, James Fork. What were you trying to say? I don't know. I'm not sure. Talk to tech support. That's not me. But if your child is morbidly obese when they're just getting ready to hit puberty, you've fucked them pretty hard. It can happen. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand that children, you're not totally in charge of what children eat. Sometimes they'll sneak food in the pantry, all sorts of stuff. We had this issue when our son was growing up, and we took it seriously, and he very much self-regulates now and does a good job and recovered from it very, very quickly and easily once we addressed the issues and showed support. It's when people want to act like it's not a big deal. Like the thumbnail is those children in that thumbnail should not be at McDonald's ever. They obviously have a problem with it, but what it does, we have a lot of clients right now that have literally grown up fat. Like they've never experienced what it's like to be healthy. So they never, like a lot of them, they start pretty easily because they can feel decently healthy just by changing their habits. They can feel semi-recovered just by eating less processed foods and those sorts of things. They feel much better, like almost immediately, right? Getting better hydration, better sleep, those sorts of things. But when they get to like a semi state of health, they kind of just they feel much better, so they kind of just slack off. It happens all the time. Part of it is what we're about to talk about today. Um, in reality, when you take a look at what this does, and this is the study, by the way, that came across the desk, my desk earlier, and this is from August 20th of 2022. Okay, I do not know why we need to keep making studies for shit we already knew. This is just the abstract, but we're going to read it. And this is from it's a journal article in cerebral cortex from Oxford Academy, from basically Oxford Medicine. And obesity is associated with a decreased gray matter volume in children, a longitudinal study. And the abstract basically states that childhood obesity has become a global health problem. Previous studies show that childhood obesity is associated with brain structural differences relative to control. So a few studies have been performed while longitudinal evaluation of brain structures developed trajectories in childhood obesity. We employed voxel-based morphometry. There we go. Analysts to assess gray matter volume at baseline and 2-year follow-up in the 258 obese children, 265 normal weight children, recruited as part of the National Institute of Health Adolescent Brain and Cognitive Development Study. Imagine signing your kid up to be like, I want to see if I'm making my kid stupid by them being fat and not doing something about them being fat. It's just, I'm sorry, it's just abuse. It's like super duper abuse. Significant group times time effect of gray matter volume was observed in the prefrontal lobe, thalamus, and right pectoral gyrus, caudate, and I cannot talk today. I've had too much coffee. Hypothalamus, you know what I'm saying. God damn, hard today. Anyway, body mass index was negatively correlated with gray matter volume in prefrontal lobe and with matrix reasoning ability at baseline and 2-year follow-up. In OB picture test, the positive correlation between gray matter volume in the left orbital region of the inferior frontal gyrus at baseline was negatively correlated with reduction in volume up to baseline. These findings indicate that childhood obesity is associated with gray matter volume reduction in regions involved with reward evaluation, executive function, and cognitive performance. So basically, gray matter, cognitive function, like these are all. This is so maturity. In other words, like that's the thing. It's maturity. Like if you take a look at it, again, it is reward evaluation. So they only go for reward. They don't think long term. Executive function. That's logic and reasoning. That explains a whole fucking shit ton about our society right now, just to be real. And cognitive performance, meaning they think slower because their brains are smaller in those areas. Good job, society. Good job. Real fucking good job. Real good job. As being a youth and formerly obese my whole life, I'm glad I turned it around when I was 20. I was 256 my highest, and now 127. Great fucking job. When I was a kid and I was fat, I was so glad my dad made me change my habits. Good for him. I was obese as a child, and in terms of IQ, I was every bit as smart as the non-obese siblings, but we didn't eat fast food. I would guess the situation was getting worse. And also it depends on how fat you're considering yourselves. Obesity then and obesity now is very different. Sneaking a little snack here and there, doesn't warrant being 300 pounds. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Sean, how are you? I will never allow myself to go back to where I was before. Good for you. He also stopped buying anything that could be considered a treat. Outstanding. Haven't stopped thinking about morbidly obese kids I saw walking in the heat. This family yesterday. He was drenched in sweat and looked like he could barely breathe. Felt sad for him. It's child abuse. It is. It is child abuse. My grandmother fattened me up as a child, despite my mother trying to stop her. Still working on it. Keep at it. Keep at it. You said that You said that uses parts of HIV. Why should we believe in your product then? Jesus Christ. There is fragments of it, dude, and we're not going to argue. I mean, we're not going to argue. And you can believe in my products because you can literally go to the websites of the patented ingredients because they're patented ingredients at their clinically tested human doses, and that's why you can believe in it. So, but you can fucking just you're out. I'm blocking you. I'm not going to get into the whole fucking bullshit about it. Okay, you can believe in no morbidity because you can literally go to the studies about it. When you point me to all the bullshit about like how we had to fucking get, the FDA to put out shit that they were trying to hide for 75 years, there's a big difference. I point people at the studies about my shit. There's the difference. That's why you should believe it, you fucking loser. You're a loser. Anyway, Jacob Doss, how are you doing? What's going on? All right, so this led me to look at other stuff too. Whoops. Here we go. Now, that was the main one. This one is from also 2022. Centralized obesity and selective associated with cerebral gray matter atrophy in 15,634 subjects in the UK Biobank. Let's see. Obesity is a risk factor for both cardiovascular disease and dementia, and because it is a risk factor for dementia. Obesity is a risk factor for dementia. This is like fucking known. But the mechanisms underlying this association were not fully understood. We examined association between obesity, including estimates of central obesity using different modalities with brain gray matter volume in the UK Biobank, and a large population-based cohort study. To determine relationships between obesity and the brain, we used brain MRI, abdominal MRI, dual energy X-ray, DXA, basically, a bioelectric whole body impedance. We determined whether obesity was associated with any change in brain gray matter and white gray matter. The brain network efficiency derived from the structural connectum wiring of the brain, and determined from diffusion tensor MRI trajectory graph, using waist to hip ratio, which I actually like waist to height ratio better. Abdominal MRI and DEXA were determined whether any association were primarily with central rather than peripheral obesity. So they were looking for centralized, basically visceral obesity, and whether associations were mediated by known cardiovascular risk factors. Results: we found that central obesity, visceral obesity, was associated with a decrease in gray matter volume. Regional associations were found between central obesity with specific gray matter subcortical nuclei, thalamus, caudoid. The same thing we found in the children. In contrast, no associations were found with white matter volume or structure or brain network efficiency. The effects of central obesity on gray matter volume were not mediated by C-reactive protein or blood pressure, glucose lipids. So you could say you're perfectly healthy and have less brain matter. Central body fat distribution rather than overall body fat percentage is associated with gray matter changes in people with obesity. So if you have a big beer belly, you're stupid. Further work is required to identify the factors that mediate the association between central obesity and gray matter. Out fucking standing. Our neuropath has recommended removing really limiting processed foods and dairy from my son's diet to improve his ADHD. I highly fucking recommend it too. I also highly fucking recommend it. I highly recommend it. Let's see. So letting kids get fat has the same effect on brain development as letting them drink alcohol. Yep. Isn't that fucking interesting? No shit. This one is obesity and gray matter volume assessed by neuroimaging a systemic review. The abstract is obesity has become a major public and individual health problem due to its high worldwide prevalence and its relation to its comorbid conditions. However, we just keep fucking saying that these people are fucking brave and awesome and slay queen slay and dad bod and all sorts of shit. It's fucking patheticness. It's fucking sadness. According to previous studies, obesity is related to an increased risk of cognitive impairment and dementia. This systematic review aims to further examine the present state of the art about the association between obesity and gray matter volume. And this is from, when is this from? 2021. Okay, so we're actually starting to see this fucking which is very, very, very good. Gray matter volume as assessed by magnetic resonance imaging (MRI). A research search was conducted in PubMed, Scopus, and Cochrane, and those studies released on February 1st, 2021, including MRIs to assess the gray matter volume in obese participants. For this search, 1,420 subjects, 1,420 results were obtained, and 34 publications were finally included. Obesity was the main measure by the body mass index, although other common types of evaluations were used: waist circumference, waist to hip ratio, and plasma leptin levels. The select neuroimaging analysis method, where the VBM and cortical thickness (CT) finding 21 and 13 publications respectively. There were 30 cross-sectional and 2 prospective longitudinal studies, and blah blah blah. Okay, so basically that just states all those things through. Let's go through this. Obesity and gray matter volume assessed by neuroimaging. I believe this is the same one. Yeah, that's the same one. 13 and 20. Okay. Abstract. Let's get to some conclusions. This is awesome study, by the way. I'm not all the way through reading this one. CT studies. Okay, anyway. An abdominal obesity and lower gray matter volume. Medinal randomized study. We investigate the relationship of anthropometric markers and obesity and quantitative magnetic resonance imaging markers on brain aging, including measures of total brain volume, gray matter volume, hippocampal volume, white matter hyperintensity volume, and brain infarcts. An examination causality using MRI Medellino randomization. That's a new one on me. I'm going to have to look that up. Analyses were performed in 1,779 individuals, 60% women, from the 3C Dijon population-based cohort study. Larger waist to hip ratio and waist circumference were associated with lower total brain volume and lower gray matter volume, independent of age, gender, body mass index, and vascular risk factors. Higher brain BMI, waist circumference, and waist to hip ratio were associated with larger white matter volume and within brain infarcts. Oh, within brain infarctions. Oh, geez, that's not good. Before adjusting to vascular risk factors only. So, in other words, being fat makes you stupid. It hurts your gray matter. Fucking crazy. Crazy. Not that we didn't know this, though. Our neuropath is recommended. Okay, we already read that one. Boom, boom. Whoa, this study is crazy. How are processed foods legal? Because money. That's it. Because money. That's pretty much it. Happy Saturday, everybody. Surprise live stream. Not really. The weekends I'm just going to come live, but it just depends on what time. Maybe. I don't know. Try and eliminate some diet to see if you need to. I can tell you this. Nobody needs processed carbohydrates. Nobody needs processed carbohydrates. Processed carbohydrates should be viewed as for pleasure only. Absolutely. For pleasure only. I wonder if part of obesity installed neurodevelopment is also because obese kids are less likely to actively participate in anything that stimulates mental development. Yes and no. I mean, I can see where you're at. I mean, sometimes I would consider it be overstimulation. A lot of video games have over mental stimulation. That's why they don't find physical stimulation as appealing. But I can also say that they just don't physical activity helps with circulation. Circulation helps with blood flow to the brain. There you go. They would explain a lot of it. Fat acceptance TikToks. It's so vile. Fat acceptance TikTok is vile. These people are in such a state of unbelievable denial and unbelievable like rationale of that they're just perfectly fine. It just, I mean, it's by design. Anybody that thinks it's not by design is just kind of kidding themselves. We just went through 2 years of these people being so terrified of a fucking cold that they fucking hid inside and put in experimental therapy. That has HIV fragments in it. What's up, dude? How you doing? I know you're still watching. You're probably really pissed off me saying that. But they, I mean, they put that shit in their fucking veins with no long-term studies and over a fucking cold because they're so fucking fat that they're terrified they're going to die from a fucking cold and they have low reasoning skills. I mean, just fucking reality. Money, yep. Very interesting findings. Makes sense, though. I've always assumed that this was the case. Me too. I went from pant size 40 to 42 to now 30. I only eat eggs, steak, eggs. Started February, and I was losing my brain fog. That's the thing too. I feel so much clearer when it's fat and protein. So much clearer. No wonder the fat acceptance movement is dumb. They're fucking terribly stupid. All of them. They're fucking stupid. You gotta be a certain amount of fucking moron. You're either totally like placating people in an evil fucking way, by the way. Truly evil. If you're like, if you can look at somebody dead in the face and be like, you're just fine the way you are, and that person fucking sounds like they're breathing soup, you are in fact a horrible person. People can say what the fuck they want about me. I sleep really, 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 really well at night, knowing that I help people. It may not be how they want to hear it, but they've got an entire society telling them how they want to hear shit and like stuff like that. So I will gladly fucking be the villain of our time. I have no issue. Thank you very much, Veronica. I appreciate you. This is such an important topic. People are slowly killing their children with grease and sugar, and no one is talking about it. Nobody. It's fucking crazy. It's insane. Experimental therapy, spitting facts. It's an experimental therapy, and it's not approved. There's not one person in America has been given an FDA jab, FDA approved jab. Not one. It's the approved version has not been produced. So. And I know that fucking pisses people off too. It's just reality. It's 100% true. You know it. I mean, everybody knows it. That's the thing. Like, it's nameless, faceless fucking people, or people like we know that it's fucked up. You know it is. You know it was a fucking radical error. The problem is people just want to be like, oh shit, well, let's move on. Motherfuckers, you were lied to on purpose. Great to see you're blocking your critics. No, I told you where to go, but you want to talk about that? There is an FDA approved version. The type that's being used for emergency youth authorization is not approved. Have a good day. Search the website. Yeah, I've seen it. You're getting blocked again. You can go switch to your other account now too. Okay. We'll just go through all your accounts today. You fucking loser. They've done studies. Kids who engage in physical activity are more able to concentrate and perform well academically. Lily, how are you? Mario, what's going on? Preach. Quote, I'd rather hear harsh truth than pretty lies. That's the fucking truth. I mean, like I'm sorry, but like you people, at the very least, say the jibby jab works 100%. It was still a fucking cold. It's still not something I would risk anything over. It's a fucking cold. Obesity has killed more people directly than the people that have died of and with the vid in the same time frame. People that have it has been in America for probably 30 months, 36 months at this point in time, because I'm sure like it might be maybe 34. Okay, so if you take a look at the fucking math, in 34 months, obesity is obesity has killed 1.1 million people in the same time frame. Whereas the people that have died of and with the vid, and that's just obesity. That's not even the comorbidities that obesity leads to. That's not cardiovascular disease. That's not type 2 diabetes. That's not non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. That's not any of those things. That's not stroke, cancers, those sorts of things. That is, in fact, what is directed at obesity. 400,000 people is estimated to die from obesity every single year in America. So in 34 months, 1.133 million people have passed away of obesity, whereas a little over 1 million have passed of and with 95% of with having 4 other serious comorbidities, all caused by obesity of the vid. I still wouldn't have fucking taken it. Like, what the fuck? I'm fucking healthy as an ox. There's not, I mean, we talked about it yesterday. There was not rationale to even worry about this shit. I've got to be real. Not even worry about it. We should have had the young population get fucking immunity and go. Unfatten yourselves, motherfuckers. We'll save more lives. People will be less apt to have these fucking all the comorbidities. You know that make up 95% of people passing away of what would normally be a common cold. I know it's upsetting to you, but facts are facts. It's it just is reality. You know. Yeah, they clog up the healthcare system. They absolutely do. Risking side effects for a drug that is clearly ineffective is dumb. It's fucking stupid as fuck. Stupid as stupid over a cold. Over a cold. You know, like, for real. Take your vitamin D. Get fucking exercise. Be of a fucking healthy weight. You are in less danger of this than the common flu. Reality. It's become clear, if you don't believe their brainwashing, you are deemed an extremist and fascist. Heart disease kills over 650,000 people a year, and heart disease, cardiovascular disease, is 80% avoidable by lifestyle change. 80%. So 80% of what you just point out is about 500,000 people. 500,000 people, 500,000 lives could be saved every single fucking year. Every single fucking year if people would unfatten themselves, and it would also unclog the hospital systems by how much money that uses. 90% of type 2 diabetes, 90% of type 2 diabetes is either avoided or managed by lifestyle change. But yet we're fattening kids at an unprecedented fucking rate. I mean, how kids are getting so much fucking fatter. So much fucking fatter. I mean, imagine that. Making it so they can't go out on playgrounds. You keep them at home instead of having them go to school and even walk around. Most of these kids, their activity levels dropped to next to fucking nothing. Just fucking craziness, you know? My spouse refuses to let our children be fat. Good for her. Good for her. So, I've seen the supersized coffins on the internet. There's going to be tons more. That's why, you know, it's not this fucking. I mean, I obviously don't dislike fat people. I coach fat people, which, by the way, again, you can get our gluttony season special for coaching right there. Please do take us up on the offer. We only have a few slots for coaching, by the way. So please do. If you have a hard time, if you do not do well when it comes to managing your lifestyle, we can help you build a healthier one. That's what we do. Daily communication, weekly video conferences with myself and or Crystal. You have access to the Hunger Management Support Group. You have access to live and pre-recorded yoga, HIIT style training classes. She goes for a walk with people, all sorts of shit. I've been joining in a lot of the classes myself. I'm probably going to start doing some of my workouts live for the Hunger Management Support Group. So please do take us up on that offer. But it's time. Like, I'm sorry, you got to be fucking personally responsible for your own fucking health. And we just don't want to be. Like, looking at, like, I'm sorry, but, like, Tess Holliday should not be giving anybody life advice. Like, it should, like, that should, like, when she says, no, like, I am healthy, it should be marked as with a question mark. Like, here's my thing. I actually personally don't like the idea of marking stuff as disinformation or misinformation. I think that people, if you're too fucking stupid to figure something out, I do what I always say. Go look for yourself. As the young man who was freaking out because I probably look like his dad, and his dad abandoned him when he was young. Because, dude, to be that fucking freaked out where you go from one account to another account to another account to another account to fucking freak out on me, you clearly didn't have a male role model in your fucking life when you were growing up. But pussy. But, you know, like, people get so fucking viscerally upset about the fucking truth. I challenge people to go fucking look, you know, just absolutely go fucking look, you know. I mean, follow it up. If you don't believe what I say, I don't want you to. Fucking go look for yourself. Educate yourselves. Alicia Shea, I lost 75 pounds just from watching your videos. Boom. And you didn't lose it from watching my videos. You did it because you fucking did it yourself. Make sure you understand that. You fucking did that shit. Not me, you. You did more. You did that. You did that shit. You took care of yourself. I just said shit that deep down you knew was true in a way that resonated with you and got you to fucking understand. That's like I tell people all the time, like, I will be the voice you hear. If you are a fat acceptance member, I'm the voice you hear when you get to the flight of stairs and it's almost fucking killing you. I'll be the one, because I say that shit all the time, and all of a sudden you fucking remember it because it's a fucking reality. Whether you believe it or not, it's a reality. Like, I can guarantee you this. Like, I get tons of we get tons of clients who are like, I was a part of the fat acceptance community, but I heard your voice in my head when blah, 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 blah. Fucking reality. But Alicia, you did that shit. Fucking great goddamn job. I can actually attest to that, Alan. I'm still a fat person. I've never felt as if you were anything but respectful to me. In fact, in being truthful, I believe you're being more respectful. That's the thing. And thank you very much, Heidi. I appreciate it. But that's the thing. I just got to be real. I don't understand how me saying a fat person's being unhealthy is in fact mean. It's truth. Like me saying Tess Holliday should lose about 250 fucking pounds at the least. She probably weighs 430. She's fucking round. She's a globe. She's almost oval sideways. That's fucking crazy, right? For a human being, it's fucking insanity, right? She should lose 250 fucking pounds. It's not mean. That's the nicest things anybody. That is one of the nicest things anybody has said to her in a long time, for real. Like, she's that's me looking out for her fucking children. She's got young kids. They're gonna come to the rationale at some point in time in the next 20 years that you love cake more than you love them, because you're gonna be dead because you ate too much fucking cake and pizza and all sorts of shit, and then bullshitted your fucking way and talked about being fucking anorexic and shit like that. Like, they're gonna know. They see you gorging. Like, it's not this thing where, like, you don't understand. I barely eat and I gain massive amounts of weight. The energy's not created from nothing, dumb fucks. It's not. Like, you are not going to make a pound of fat. Your body's not going to make a pound of fat from less than a pound of extra food you take in. It's not. It's just stupid. Like, it's like you think. Like, I understand that we live in a world of like special effects and filters and all sorts of shit. But reality still exists. Reality exists. It's just the truth, Fucking crazy. It costs more to be cremated if you're over 300 pounds. If you are a certain size, they will not cremate you because you can make the fucking cremator explode. Hang on a second. It's more complex and costly. It requires a larger crematory. I mean, and it should. You're burning more body. Like, what the fuck? You're actually burning more body. Replacement for fossil fuels. The lip balm? Who's talking about replacement for fossil fuels? Oh, now I get it. Okay. Love your shirt. Thank you very much. Not sure where I got it. Thank you so much. I was not expecting you to be shouted out. You did a fucking great job. You should be fucking rewarded. People should look to you what you did. You lost 75 pounds. You lost, I don't know how much you weighed, but I can't imagine it not being a fucking decent amount of your fucking body mass. Probably anywhere from fucking 20 to fucking 50% of your body, 20 to fucking 40% of your body mass could be, great fucking job. The truth is respect. The truth is respect. It really, really, really is. The truth is really being distorted, and it's sad to a great degree. A single Tess arms is larger than the actual anorexic waist. Her arms are bigger than my waist, I bet. Like, her arms are way bigger than fucking 28. Way bigger. I had the exact same conversation in my head numerous times. I don't need this. It's a celebration. It's a celebration food. Don't blah blah blah. That's fat phobia. Funny. Maybe it depends on the crematorium. No, they needed a larger crematorium. And if you get so big, they do worry about the extra adipose tissue. I know that because it can cause an out of control burn, from what I read. Oh, I did not know that. That's gross. I was 288 and now down to 215. That's fucking outstanding. Almost 30% of your body mass. Great fucking job. Great fucking job. Just keep focusing on being healthy bit by bit. Make sure you're getting plenty of fluid. You should be taking in probably about 200 to 250 ounces of fluid every single day. If that seems like a lot to you, it's because it kind of is, but that's because of your size and it's just helping you as you lose weight, release toxins. You're also going to be fuller. Make sure you're taking in some electrolytes. You should, if you're eating whole foods and seasoning the meats and stuff like that, you should be getting enough electrolytes, but make sure you are, those sorts of things. Like, just keep at it. Like, people talk about, like, the hunger thing. Like, I tell you this right now, no morbidity and fluid, I could fucking, for real, like, forget meals. If I'm properly hydrated for a day, I can absolutely forget to eat. If Crystal reminds me, today's steak, though, I'm in the mood for fucking bloody ass fucking steak. I'm in the mood for it. Anyway. Makes sense. Fat is fuel. Very flammable. It truly is. They don't care. They don't offer it for protection of mental health to the morticians. Wow. Whew. That's some fucked up shit. But so many people are delusional. We live in a delusional society. Look at the fucking whacknut that was on here earlier. So upset that that I at one point in time on Twitter shared an article that says that there's part of the HIV virus in the flu vaccine or the whatchamacallit vaccine, the fucking jibby jab, because there's articles that say that there are peer-reviewed scientific articles, right? And it could be how they fucking use it to make it. They use all sorts of viruses to make it. It's just something that should be discussed, right? But so upset, so just to the core upset, defending something that is openly admitted doesn't actually fucking work. It doesn't stop transmission, and it doesn't stop you from getting it. It doesn't even stop you from getting sick from it. Openly admitting that, it has gone from it's 100% effective, which was said, to it doesn't even fucking work. Still defending it, still being pissed off about shit that was said. Like, when your point of position is, well, you said this about something that does not work, that we claimed works, you've already fucking lost. And look at how there's delusional. It's like a fucking cult thing. Like, oh my God, how dare you say that you can't tell if this woman's healthy or not by looking at her. Tess Holliday is not a healthy person. Lizzo's not healthy. She dances and breath control and sings. I don't give a fuck. Gravity exists and her knees got to be fucking pissed at her. I can tell by the way she walks, she's already starting to have some fucking pain. Yeah, I can concur with that. I have to make myself eat, or I'll just keep going without eating, just drinking water. As long as I can stay, especially if I'm on point about my multivitamins and stuff like that too. Like, I take Immortal and I take Nutrient Driver and stuff like that for my blood sugar regulation or like that. It's just like this. Like, just fucking go and go and go and go and go. Like, it's 11:30 and I've had this has a scoop of Fuerte, I believe, in it, and besides that, it's just been water. And I'm just fucking going. I'm not even close to hungry. I'm not even close, and I'm definitely not thinking at all about fucking eating until much later on today because I'm going to work out a couple times and that sort of thing. I need to meal prep and on no so that I don't remember to eat. No joke. That's awesome. That's awesome. Don't give ideas. The great liposuctioning of America to lower. Like, here's the fucking thing. And by the way, I understand that right now popular culture is definitely that you can be fat and beautiful and this and that. Wait till the push for weight loss drugs and weight loss surgeries is happening already. It's getting more and more and more and more and more intense. The pendulum will fucking swing the other way very fucking hard. Very fucking hard. The push for the mass amount of people to be on weight loss pharmaceuticals is coming. It's absolutely coming. We're a non-pharmaceutical alternative. We're super fucking happy. And we produce with no side effects, better results. So we're super happy. Like people that are on Ozempic, Wegovy, those sorts of things, they should check us out first. We're way less expensive, even with their copay. We're way less expensive, and they fucking don't have the possibility of fucking thyroid cancer and shit like that. We're fucking very fucking happy. Lip balm down 95 pounds. Yesterday did a 2,000-meter row for the first time at Orange Theory. Did 9 minutes 15 seconds. Fucking boom. Great goddamn job. So fucking proud of you. So fucking proud of you. That's fucking amazing. Don't give them ideas. Fat can cause unhappy and deeply crazy thoughts. Absolutely it can. As we were just discussing a little bit ago, I don't know if you just joined, we were discussing how it fucking causes cognitive impairment and lower gray matter function. And gray matter, actual lower gray matter. Your brain's actually smaller. Went on multiple trips with my kids. Parents sent cookies, just cookies, boxed food, and then people wonder why their kids are bouncing off the walls. Fucking crazy, right? Crazy. I wonder, what do they do with all the fat from liposuction and skin removal? I have no idea. I work at a funeral home, crematory, and it's a whole lot complex and takes days instead of hours. Not to mention being buried, it's cost 2 times the cost of normal caskets. They have to be special ordered. Damn, that's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. That's wow. There should be a tax for being fat. Oh wait, there is, but people do not make a fuss about because it's not named fat tax. There's not a tax for being fat. What fucking taxes are for being fat? I would, Carol. What actual tax for being fat? The tax for being fat is on everybody. Everybody shares in increased burden on the healthcare system and increased burden on the planet. Everybody has to live on the same planet where people that are morbidly obese, consuming high amounts of food, much at a higher disproportional rate than people that are lean, they're fucking ingesting more food, creating more waste that we all have to live in. They fucking, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, that's not a tax. That's more food costs. That's a choice. That's not a tax. That's a choice. I mean, by far, there's no tax on being fat. Should there be? I don't think there should be a tax on being fat. I think we should have base level health care where if you're everybody should, through being socialized, should receive vitamin D, a multivitamin because the food sources we have are fucking shit nowadays, and education. And you get a yearly screening paid for by everybody. And anything on top of that, you're going to have to fucking look at coming out. The idea is to try to stay as healthy as possible. Make it so it's a personal responsibility to not in some way burden society. Now, this shit happens to people that have cancer. Should anybody be denied treatment because they can't afford to pay for it? No, absolutely not. But if it is a lifestyle-driven chronic illness from your obesity or your drinking or your smoking, should you have to pay 100% for that shit? Absolutely. In my opinion, absolutely. And that may sound mean, but what's really, really, really mean is you gluttoning yourself, eating yourself in such a reckless fashion that you fuck up your own health and then expect everybody else to have to fucking help pitch in to fucking fix it for you when you fucking could have avoided it. It's a lifestyle-driven chronic illness. If it's a lifestyle-driven chronic illness, that shit should be on you. Drug side effects is seen by pharma as side businesses. That's the fucking truth, because then they fucking can have another drug for that. So your product does exactly what it's designed to do. It's not an easy fix. You absolutely have to do the work, but it does exactly what you say it will. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, and that's what we fucking look for right there. If you consume more, shouldn't you be expected to pay more? I fucking agree. I absolutely agree. Carol, respectfully, yes, their health care, but on taxpayers paying. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Sugar feeds gut bacteria that influences cravings and fakes hunger signals. Very fucking true. Letting your kids get obese should be considered child abuse, and those kids should be taken away from health. In some cases, it should. Carol, the tax is on we who pay taxes for the obesity to have free health care. Sorry, typo. That's just the truth. There's no tax on fat people. But should there be? Possibly. Put a massive tax on sugary items. Massive. Stop with sugar subsidies and move that money towards education and subsidizing the local farmers. Make it so that farming, like people are incentivized to buy local, from their local farmers. That's better for the planet. It's better for them. Keeps money in their economy, in their local economy too. Millions of fucking things. Millions of fucking things we could do. My only issue is that the government is going to want to track everything to determine if your lung cancer was caused by smoking. People can get lung cancer without smoking. I agree, but to a certain degree, you know, you can. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but they already do that now. Like you're missing the point. They already know. They already do that. So I work in a jail, and it's amazing how we've had to provide orange uniforms up to 8x lately. God damn, 8x! Holy shit! What if health became profitable? The world would be so different. Exactly. Healthcare is a massively profitable industry. Massively. Oh no, social sound. Just kidding. I agree with him. As a disabled person who is going to lose their parents' healthcare soon, I'm sorry to hear about that. But anyway, guys, it's been 55 minutes. I'm normally going to do 45 minutes on the weekends. I'm going to go get a workout in, do some stuff, hang out with Crystal, spend some time with my wife, and then I'll probably be back on tomorrow. So, dude that got freaked out that I blocked both your fucking accounts, you'll have a chance to make a couple more accounts that I'll then block for you fucking saying stupid shit because I know it upsets you. Anyway, I hope everybody had a great fucking day. I wanted to remind everybody one more time. This is our gluttony season special. It is 20% off of our monthly coaching. Please take care. If you have a hard time, if you gain weight every holiday season due to bad habits and you feel yourself fall off, please do take us up on that offer. I hope everybody has a great goddamn day. Goddamn.